As in the previous video, I have shown you that how we can actually collect data with the monitor mode by using aerodump ng monitor 0 command, and how we can actually detect that what are the Wi-Fi's available in and how many Wi-Fi's available in our neighboring area. So far I have only one Wi-Fi available in my neighboring area, and this is PTCL21FB. It has a channel 6 and it has a data of 278 until so far has been collected with that. So now that I have actually successfully traced the Wi-Fi devices with my monitor 0 mode, it's time to actually store all of the data and its beacons to a file, and then we're going to use that file to actually link it with our other dictionary files to find out the password of our Wi-Fi device. So how we can do this? First of all, I'm just going to stop this minute. Let me crack it down. Aerodump ng is the command we're going to be using out, and these are the parameters we're going to be using out with aerodump ng. -w means write. -w or -w, you can say, it means write. Write to what? Write to a file named as hack Wi-Fi. Well, there is no name or there is no file hack Wi-Fi in my Backtrack operating system or in my Windows operating system. It will automatically create a new file with the new name hack Wi-Fi, and it will write all of the packets data that we are going to capture in the upcoming section, and will write it to this file. You can also give it some other name if you want, like hack Wi-Fi or some Wi-Fi or others Wi-Fi, neighbor Wi-Fi, any name you want and you prefer the best. I have given the name hack Wi-Fi. It is a file that has not been created yet, and it will be created after I press the enter button. -C or -C6 means the channel 6, because PTCL21FB is on a channel 6. If there was a channel 1, we're going to have to write it 1 in here. So it is the channel which is actually typing in. -BSSID means the MAC address of that specified Wi-Fi device. Well, the MAC address of that specified or BSSID is this one. So I have actually pasted it this one. And the interface we are using is the monitor 0. Now I'm just going to press the enter button. And as you can see that it is saying that -BSSID. You specified -BSSID. Well, the reason behind that is that I didn't use a double dash in here. As you can see that it is saying, did you mean -BSSID? Yeah, definitely I mean that. So I'm just going to press the up arrow key to repeat the command, and then I'm just going to type in another dash, and then after that I'm just going to press the enter key. And as you can see that now it will begin to actually collect the data. As you can see that it is on the channel 6 and the beacons are now rapidly increasing. The power is 58 and the same MAC address. Now we need one more thing in order to successfully link this captured data with our dictionary file to find out the hack password or the cracked password, and that is a four-way handshake. What is a four-way handshake? A four-way handshake is a type of acknowledgement that we will receive from the PTCL21FB device. A four-way handshake is actually a request and acknowledgement procedure. We actually sent a request to PTCL21FB for connection, and the PTCL21FB would send us an acknowledgement that yes, I have accepted your connection and now we will be successfully connected. So this is what the four-way handshake is. Or in simple word, when you actually meet a person and when you agree to the terms of that specified person, for the sake of the compliment, you hand or you shake your hands with that person. So similarly, we're gonna use the same concept in computer. When we actually acknowledge the terms of that specified computer, for the sake of the compliment, we're gonna have to actually shake our hands with the specified person. So in this way, that specified person is PTCL21FB. And we need to actually collect as much as data as we can, as I have talked in the previous video, that we need millions of data in here to be captured and collected, because that would help us out to crack the password easily, because it will try millions of combinations against that password, against that Wi-Fi device password. So now what I'm going to do is, to get the four-way handshake, I need to actually disconnect PTCL21FB remotely and then need to reconnect it. So if I do this, then I'll be able to get the four-way handshake. Without getting the four-way handshake, I cannot move along and proceed further. So I need to get the four-way handshake at this step. So how can I get the four-way handshake? Well, it's a fairly easy one. You're just gonna have to open another command terminal. And the commands I've talked about, like AirPlay. So I'm just gonna use AirPlay. And then I'm gonna use NG. I'm gonna use 00. So what does it mean? This -00 means that we're gonna actually perform the connection and the disconnection process millions of times, as much as possible, until this PTCL21FB disconnected from its source and then reconnect to its source. So AirPlay NG-00 means that we're gonna have to actually perform unlimited times of request until this PTCL21FB disconnects from its source and reconnect to its source back. So this is what we need. If you just type in the 2 here, then it will actually perform it just only 2 times. So you're gonna have to make it 0. And then I'm just gonna use -A, and I'm gonna provide the BSS ID in here. So in here, the -A is actually acquiring the BSS ID. And this is what we need. The BSS ID will actually help us to track this thing, and this is very important one. So we need to actually grab on this BSS ID, just have to copy it, and then we're gonna have to paste it in here. This is the way to paste it. So now after pasting it, I'm just gonna actually type in the 180, and now I'm just gonna press the enter, and it will begin its operation. As you can see that it is sending a deauthentication to the broadcast MAC address, that is 681590. So it will actually send a deauthentication request again and again and again and again until this PTCL21FB disconnects from its source and then reconnects to its source back again. So it might take a lot of time. It might take 1 hour, it might take 2 hours, or it might take the whole day, depending on the condition and the security procedures and the security mechanisms of that device. So I'm just gonna pause the video, and then I'm just gonna come back when it will get a four-way handshake to me.